Good morning, everyone. 6:25. Welcome back. In our pet segment this morning, lots of folks going to be traveling for the holiday season, and a lot of pets are going to be traveling as well. And joining us is Dr. Tony Kremer to talk about holiday travel and taking your pets along with you. Thanks again for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Well, first of all, who we got here?
This is Boots and this is China. These are both my guys here.
Okay.
And they're obviously dressed for their vacation here, if he can keep his little shirt on.
Dressed for warmer weather.
That's right. They're heading south, I guess. So.
Yeah, there you go.
But a few things that we wanted to bring up is when we travel with our pet, to make sure that we always have an ID tag. It's amazing that when the animals come into veterinary clinics that we see that less than half of them even have a tag and a collar on. And it's such a simple thing, you know, $5, and that could save the pet's life. And even less have their pets microchipped, which is such a great thing. And when a stray dog comes into the hospital and we can run a scanner over them and find who the owner is so fast, it's just a wonderful thing. And a lot of people aren't even aware that it's out there.
It's bad enough when you lose your luggage when you're traveling. Imagine losing one of these fellas right here. So we'll talk about plane travel a little bit. What should you know as you're boarding these planes with the pets?
Pets are either going to be able to ride in the cabin if they're small. Cats and small dogs will be able to ride in a carrier. I kind of put a little example of a small, very small carrier that could sit in your lap and would be very safe and would keep the pet confined. If they're going to be riding in cargo for bigger pets, there are some concerns. We've got to, be aware of the weather. If it's too cold or too hot, that could be a little bit dangerous because you don't know if the animal will be sitting out on the tarmac waiting to be boarded in that weather. They also will need to have their rabies certificate up to date. They'll also need to have a health certificate from their veterinarian. Most airlines will give that information to you, but it'll usually be about a 10-day window of time that they'll have to have that certification before traveling.
How do you know if your dog is going to be able to manage the flight?
Well, the bottom line is that health certificate requires a veterinary examination, so they'll check them to make sure that's the case. A lot of people ask whether they should sedate their dog for that, and that's a decision that we'd say if we don't have to, we don't want to. But in some cases where an animal might be a little bit rambunctious, it might help. The vet could make a decision based on their age and their health and that type of thing.
Now, once you get there with the pets, where are you going to stay? You probably need to find a place where you can take Fido along.
Well, real important thing is to check your destination. A lot of hotels now are actually accepting pets. Most people think that that's not the case. A great example is Hotel Monaco here in Wabash. Upscale hotel has no restrictions on pet, any size pet, and they're so pet friendly that if you don't bring a pet, they actually give you a goldfish to put in your room.
Well, there you go. Perfect example right there. Well, good luck with your travels if you're taking your pet along. And are these guys going anywhere for the holidays?
I'm sure they'll be coming with us wherever we go.
There you go. Well, Dr. Kremer, thanks very much for joining us.
You bet. Anytime.
For more information on this pet segment, you can contact the Chicago Veterinary Medical